case number 2019 CF239, State of Wisconsin versus Robert Hyde. Mr. Hyde appears, we're all appearing via Zoom. Some are on video, some are not, but Mr. Hyde does appear via telephone. His attorney, Ms. Brewer, appears via audio and visual. Ms. Van Hollen from the state appears audio. It's scheduled for a preliminary hearing. Ms. Van Hollen.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that the defendant is going to waive his preliminary hearing.
Ms. Brewer, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
And Mr. Hyde, have you had enough time to speak with your attorney about the nature and purpose of a preliminary hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it your intent here today to waive your right to a preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Anybody threaten you, promise you anything to get you to waive your right to a preliminary hearing?
No, Your Honor.
Are you waiving voluntarily?
Yes.
All right, then I'll accept the waiver of the preliminary hearing. Based upon that waiver, I'll make a finding of probable cause, find the defendant over for arraignment, and if I haven't done it already, any warrant is quashed based upon his appearance here today. As far as the arraignment goes, how far out would you like that arraignment, Ms. Brewer?
When will the state be, when will the state be filing the information?
Your Honor, I'm in the process of filing that right now. I've just signed it and it's being sent to CCAP as we speak. It does contain the same charges as the criminal complaint.
Given that, could I have a brief breakout then with my client? We might be able to get it done today.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yep. Bear with me. Ms. Brewer, is that enough time for you?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. What did you want to do on arraignment?
Sure, given the district attorney's representation that the charge is identical, we can go forward with the arraignment, I have explained the charge to him and the charges to him and the maximum potential penalties. And he waives formal reading of those, and reserving all jurisdictional issues, he will stand mute at this time.
All right, then based upon him standing mute, I'll enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf. Regarding scheduling, did you want a scheduling conference? We can do it via Zoom in like 60 days, or did you need less time or more time, Ms. Brewer?
I don't think we will need that much time. I know in the other case, we have a misdemeanor case in front of Judge McKnight, and that is scheduled for a status conference, I believe, October 5th, 3 o'clock. And given that, you know, if you have something around then, we could have a status conference.
Your Honor, I think what the issue may be that there's been a global resolution prepared for both of Mr. Hyde's cases, and if an agreement is reached, it would be anticipated that if you consented, we would like to do them in front of you due to the fact that Judge McKnight has a conflict on this case before you. And so I think that if the cases are not resolved, the misdemeanor would be set for trial on October 5th. Hearing date, and then, you know, I guess then we would separate out this one after that.
Okay, what I could do is I think I've got another Ashland County case at 8:30 on October 5th. We could do this at 8:45, and then I can send out a Zoom invite if that's acceptable.
That would be fine, Judge. I may just have to have someone else cover that. I do have a 8 o'clock sentencing hearing in front of Judge McKnight that I anticipate probably taking an hour due to the nature of the charges. I anticipate being done by 9.
Otherwise, I could do it at 9 o'clock too, if we can have a clerk and availability.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I have an 8:30 and then a 9 o'clock in front of Judge McKnight. But I could squeeze it in at 9:45, but anything that otherwise that day other than, yeah.
Let's go off the record for purposes of scheduling. I'll take a look and see if there's some available. I've got some time here and there during that day, but it's going to be somewhat up to what the Ashland County has available or somebody available to do it. What does it look like availability for Ashland that I could do something?
And just for the record, Your Honor, that 8:30 that you have, I believe I'm on that one with you as well. So
Yeah.
that status conference.
Yeah.
Judge, we can do it anytime. We'll have a clerk available.
Okay. So,
Except from, if we can stay away from 9 o'clock till 9:15.
so how about 9:30?
That works for the state, Your Honor.
I have a hearing at 9 on an extension of commitment. So I'm thinking, I would think a half an hour would be enough for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If not, I can have, yeah.
I mean, and if for some reason, Ms. Brewer, if it ends up there's a global resolution and either you think more, you know, we're going to need more than like 15 minutes or so to go through it all, and we want to try to, you know, juggle around that date or get a different date with a little bit more time and flexibility, I'm fine doing it. Otherwise, if we think we can get it all done at that point, that's fine with me. I'll kind of leave it to you guys' discretion too. And then as far as doing it via Zoom, does that work well, Ms. Brewer?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll go back on the record then. I spoke to the parties off the record. We've decided on October 5th at 9:30 for a status conference. Ms. Brewer, that works for you?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Van Hollen, that works for you?
Yes, Judge.
All right, I think that's it for today. Anything else, Ms. Brewer?
No, sir. Thank you.
Ms. Van Hollen?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, I think that's it for today. I'll then send out an invite.
Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
will that be the same Zoom information that was used today?
I will send, I'm trying to do what you had suggested previously, and I'm not sure how it all works. But I'm not sure if this one was one that we set after I did that or before. I'll send out another invite, and if you have questions, and maybe I'll try to CC you on the invite, and then you can compare it, okay?
If you give me the info, I can put it on a notice.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.